Well, hello again, everybody. So glad to be back here. Last time we were together, we were talking about busyness and how it is very easy for us in our culture to get really, really busy and to jam pack our schedules so full that there's not room for us to follow what God is asking us to do. Remember, we talked about not wearing that badge of honor called busyness and saying that, and you have to really be prepared for that because it'll feel weird at the beginning. To not be so busy on purpose is pretty much swimming against the current of the culture and a lot of even the church culture, right? We want to define success in our lives as doing only that which our Father has asked us to do. That's something that Jesus lived his life and ministry by, right? He said, I only do what I see my Father do. And I only do what I hear my Father say. I only say the things my Father said. Jesus was very focused in what he attempted and accomplished for God. I think that's because he knew his destination. He knew where he was going. He knew what God was asking him to do. And B, he knew who would be with him through that process and who he needed to dedicate time to. As an example with that, there was a period in Jesus' ministry as he's approaching the cross where Jesus was trying his best to get away from the crowds and focus on the 12 apostles, the 12 disciples. Now think about that. That kind of goes against a lot of what we do in church, isn't it? Numbers really are king. The more bums we have in seats, the better it is. It looks like something's going on. But, Jesus, and now please hear me before people start turning things off. I think we will see growth. We will see numbers and whatever it is we're doing. Things that are healthy will grow. But look at the life of Jesus. Right? When it was coming time to do the very thing he was known, he knew what he was here to do. He knew he was coming for this time, for this moment. He was more focused on God. Here are these 12 people. Here are the people that I'm going to entrust this to. Here are the people who need my most. They need in this last period before I get to the end game, they need me to pour everything into them I can. And he was actively looking to get away from the crowd, to get away from the busyness so that he could focus on the ones who needed him in order to accomplish his goal, his design for what God had for his life. The same thing is probably true for us. As we walk with God and he continually makes the destination for us as individuals and as families clearer and clearer, don't be really surprised and shocked that you're going to have to also narrow some focus down on where you spend your time to invest it into the people that need it the most. Does that make sense? I'll leave with this last thought. When we were pastoring full time in Canada, we had a situation come up in the church, and one of our pastoring mentors came up to me and they said this. They said, Brad, one day you're gonna die. And I thought, how encouraging, right? He says, but what's gonna happen is this. He said, there'll be a group of people who will gather around Selena and your children, and they will help them, they will encourage them, they will be with them when you're not here anymore. And he said, and he looked at me and he said, give those people your life and give everybody else your ministry. I encourage you today to think about that, to go ahead and take a journey in your imagination to your own funeral. And who will be those people who will be there for your family? Who will gather around your spouse, your children? Who are those ones? And give those people your life. And give everyone else your ministry, your career, your business time. Again, please hear me. We're not saying we're not going to love everyone. Jesus loved the multitude. He loved everyone. And he gave his ministry to everyone. But he gave his life and his attention to the 12. He gave special opportunity to the three, Peter, James, and John. And he gave his mother to John only. So there's a balance in this busyness that we're talking about being focused. Who are the ones that I need to be pouring my life into? They need my life. Everyone else is going to get, again, my career, my ministry, my business, whatever it is you do for the glory of the kingdom of God and for blessing men. Everyone can get that, but who are those that deserve your life? And go give your life to them a little bit more each and every day. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us. We so appreciate communicating with you this way. We look forward. Hey, really check out our Facebook page, the Holloman Family Ministries Facebook page. That is the place where we're going to really start our conversations and kick them off from there. So if you haven't liked this yet on Facebook that way, please do so. And drop a comment, leave a question, leave a message, and we'll get back to you. And we look forward to talking to you real soon.